Hello students, welcome in this session. Today we discuss a very important subunit from the topic inheritance and variation. This unit is sex determination. So what is sex or what is sex determination, and then we learn the different mechanisms of sex determination in different organisms. Sex is a physical appearance of organism, or sex, it can be defined as it is a phenotypic or physical or external appearance of an organism. There may be some individuals may be the male or some may be the female. So how you decide this is the male or this is the female? You decide from their external appearance. Okay. So what is sex determination? The mechanism of determination of sex is known as a sex determination, or the mechanism through which sex of individual is established is known as a sex determination. Then some organisms, for example, if you know the earthworm, this organism, it having both male reproductive and female reproductive organs within a same individual. Or this organism means earthworm, single earthworm, or the body of earthworm consists both male and female reproductive organs within a single body. Okay, this organism are called as bisexual. Bisexual means the presence of both reproductive organs, male and female reproductive organs. Male reproductive organ it is a testis, and female reproductive organ it is a ovary. So both reproductive organs present in a same individual called as a bisexual, or it is also known as a monoecious. Monoecious means within a one organism. Mono means one, means within a one organism both reproductive organs are present. Then it is also called as hermaphrodite. It is also known as a hermaphrodite. Then if you observe some organism or all higher mammals, human being for example, there are different sex. Male individual is separate, female individual is separate. So these organisms called as a unisexual organism with a single sex, either male or female, called as unisexual, or these organisms also known as dioecious organisms. Okay, so to understand these terms, then in 1891, the German biologist, the name of this Henkin, he was studying the spermatogenesis process in Strasbourg. In Strasbourg, he studied the process of spermatogenesis. During that time, he observed that within a sperm of a Strasbourg, in a nucleus of Strasbourg, a darkly stained body he observed. So darkly stained body he observed. This is unpaired chromosome. This unpaired chromosome he called as X body. He called as a X body. So afterwards, some scientists they studied this and they known as, or they give me name to this X body of Henkin, that is nothing but it is a X chromosome. So X chromosome was discovered in this way. Then Y chromosome also afterward discovered. So there are two X and Y chromosomes. This X and Y chromosomes, they involve in a sex determination. Okay. Then you firstly see about sex determination in a human being. So you know that human being is a dioecious organism or dioecious. Dioecious means it having male and female reproductive organs, or male and female individuals, they are separate. So male individual and female individual, they are separate. So human being is a dioecious, or it is a human being is a unisexual. In case of human being, mechanism of sex determination is XY type. Which type of chromosomal mechanism of sex determination is occurred in human being? The name of this mechanism is a XY type. Okay, you know that in a human being there are totally 46 chromosomes are present within a somatic cell or in a diploid cell, in a diploid condition. Out of these chromosomes, the 44 chromosomes, these are the autosomes. So autosomes, these chromosomes, these are the 44, or there are the 22 pairs of the autosome. These autosomes, they involved in a determination of variety of body character other than the sex. And two chromosomes or one pair, this is the X and Y or XX. These two chromosomes, they are present within an individual. This called as a sex chromosome. Sex chromosomes. Okay. Then, if you observe the genotype of a male individual, if you observe the genotype of male, the male individual is having 44 autosomes and 2 chromosomes, in which one is X and another is a Y. So XY condition denote for the male and the XX condition denote for the female. So female contain 2 X chromosomes. They are similar. So female is they produce same type of gametes. So female is homogametic. And in case of male, the male, it produces 2 types of gamete. The half of the sperm, they contain X chromosome, and half of the sperm, they contain the Y chromosome. So the 2 different types of gametes are formed during gametogenesis. In case of male, within a testis, the germinal epithelial cell, they undergo meiotic cell division, or they undergo the meiosis to produce gametes. The process of formation of sperm, called as spermatogenesis, or the process of formation of gamete, known as gametogenesis. So in case of male, through spermatogenesis, 2 types of sperms are formed. 50% sperm, they contain X chromosome, and 50% sperm, they contain Y chromosome. So haploid gametes are formed. Then in case of female, within a ovary, the germinal epithelial cell undergo the oogenesis to produce eggs or to form the ovum. They contain these all eggs, they contain X chromosome. So this X chromosome condition is 22 autosome and X chromosome. So eggs, they are similar genetically, they are having only X chromosome. See, in case of male is a heterogametic because it produces 2 type of gamete. 50% sperm contain X chromosome and 50% sperm they contain Y chromosome. And human female is a homogametic because it contains all eggs are formed. These are the similar. They are having only X chromosome. Only one type of eggs are formed and they contain X chromosome. During fertilization, if the X chromosome containing sperm fertilize with the egg, then female child is formed. The genotype of this child is 44 autosome plus XX. So the female child is formed. The female child is developed. So the gametes, male gametes and female gametes, they fuse, fertilize, form zygote, and it grow into the female child. Then Y chromosome containing sperm fertilized with the egg, then the male child is formed. So the genotype, that is 44 autosome plus XY. Okay, so if you observe this cross, one thing is very clear that sex of individual is depend on type of sperm fertilized with the egg. Sex of individual, I repeat, the sex of individual is depend on type of sperm fertilized with the egg. So in a human being, sex of child is determined by the male individual. Therefore, we know that we called the father is responsible for determination of sex, not mother. So the why the father is responsible for determination of sex? Because father or the male individual, it produces two type of gametes. Male individual is a heterogametic and female is a homogametic. So father is responsible for determination of sex, not the mother. Okay, I think you understood this. What is the mechanism of sex determination in a human being? This mechanism is XX, XY type. Okay, and the sex of individual is depend on type of sperm fertilized with the egg. Then another mechanism of sex determination in a bird. So sex determination in a birds. Okay, in a bird, exactly opposite condition is occur. Males are the homogametic. Male birds, they are the homogametic. They contain ZZ chromosome, and so 2n is diploid condition, autosome plus sex chromosome. Female birds, they contain ZW chromosome. So female bird is a heterogametic because female bird, it produces two type of egg. 50% egg contain Z chromosome, 50% eggs contain Z chromosome, and 50% eggs they contain W chromosome. So there are two types of gametes are formed, two type of eggs are formed. Half of them contain Z chromosome, half of the eggs they contain W chromosome. And in a male, they produces all sperm, all gametes. They are similar, they contain or they are identical, they contain Z chromosome. Okay, so in this case, whenever the gamete or the sperm, it fertilized with the egg, the ZZ condition, so that individual grow into the male bird. Then this Z sperm fertilized with the egg to form the 2n plus ZW. So this bird is developed into the female sex. Okay. So here the sex of individual is depend on the type of egg. Type of egg fertilized by the sperm. Sex of, in case of bird, the sex of individual is depend on type of egg fertilized by the sperm. All sperms are similar, but there are two different types of gametes, two different types of eggs are formed. So female is heterogametic and male is a homogametic in a birds. In case of bird, sex of individual is depend on type of egg fertilized with the sperm. Okay, so that is the sex determination mechanism in a bird. The type of sex determination is ZW, ZZ type. In case of human being, type of sex determination mechanism is XX, XY type, and in a bird, ZW, ZZ type. Then another very interesting one example of sex determination is a haplodiploid method of sex determination or haplodiploid type of sex determination, which is occurring most of the insect. For example, sex determination in honeybee, or it is occur in a honeybee. So the next point, that is sex determination in a honeybee. In a honeybee, sex determination type is a haplodiploid type. In case of honeybee, females are diploid. Females are diploid. Female somatic cell, they contain 32 chromosomes. They contain 32 chromosomes, and male individuals in honeybee, these are the haploid. They contain n number is equal to 16. Then the female, they produces egg by the meiosis cell division. So the haploid eggs are formed. These are the eggs. Haploid eggs are formed. But male, it is haploid, and male produces sperm, male gamete, by the process of cell division, that is mitosis. See, remember this. In case of female produces egg by meiosis, and male produces sperm by the mitosis. Okay. Then, if the egg is fertilized with the sperm, then again diploid condition is maintained and restored. So 2n plus 32, 16 plus 16, 2n is equal to 16, 2n is equal to 16, 2n is equal to 16 plus, that gives 2n plus 32. And these individuals, they are diploid, and they develop into the diploid female. Okay. Here, in case of another hand, the eggs, if the remaining eggs or the eggs, they do not fertilize by the sperm. These eggs, they develop without fertilization into the new individual. This process called as parthenogenesis. So n is equal to 16. So this newly formed individual, they also haploid, and haploid males are formed. So this haploid male known as a drone. The male of honeybee called as a drone. So haploid males are formed without fertilization. That is known as parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis means a process in which new individuals are formed without fertilization of egg. So without fertilization, the eggs, they get hatched, they develop, or they hatched into the new individual, and without fertilization, the male individuals are formed, and these are the haploid. And when egg is fertilized with the sperm, then diploid zygote is formed that grow into the female individual, and this female individual known as a worker. They are either worker or a queen. So development of queen is depend on type of food supplied to the larvae. A royal jelly is supplied to the larvae, one of the larvae, and this larvae become dominant, known as a queen. Okay, so here the sex of individual is depend on how many sets of chromosome he receives. Okay, how to determine the sex in this case? The sex of individual in honeybee is depend on the how many types of sets of chromosome, or how many sets of chromosome he received, that decide the sex of individual. Okay, so in sex determination honeybee, it is a haplodiploid type. So these are the different mechanisms of a sex determination in which chromosomes, they are involved. That's so called as chromosomal mechanism of sex determination. But in some organism, environmental factors are responsible for sex determination. In case of turtle, if there is lower temperature, below 27 degrees Celsius temperature, these larvae or the young ones, they grow into the male. If the temperature rises, then they grow into the female. So in such a way, the temperature factor, it is environmental factor, it is responsible for determination of sex. In our textbook, one something interesting, or in that box, one very interesting example is given, that the example of marine worm Bonella viridis. So this marine worm Bonella viridis, this worm is having elongated body, and this elongated body, they consist mouth or proboscis at one end. It lay the eggs. These eggs get hatched into the larvae, and these larvae, some larvae settle at the bottom, and some larvae move toward the mouth of the proboscis. They enter into the mouth, and then it come, or they migrate toward the uterus in the body. In the uterus, these larvae differentiate into the male, or they grow into the male individual, and another larvae which go away from the mother body, and this larvae grow into the female individual, into the female sex. So sex of individual depend on where larvae settled. If larvae settle here, or then it grow into the male, and if larvae settle away from the body of mother, that grow into the female individual. This male migrate toward the uterus, it enter into the uterus, where it grow and or it differentiate, grow into the male individual, and this larvae live inside the uterus as a parasite and help in fertilize the eggs of mother. So it involves in fertilization of egg. So this another example is given in our book, that is the example of a marine worm Bonella viridis. So this Bonella viridis is a marine worm, and in which sex of individual is determined by where larvae settled. So some environmental factors also responsible for the sex determination. Okay, so this is the about chromosomal mechanism of sex determination.